All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another Green Square Talks Battlebots prediction podcast. So, episode 5 of Battlebots Champions 2, I present to you the bracket for that one. We got quite a few big names in this one, quite a few favorites of mine, as well as quite a few other robots who I think became favorites of mine, and some other big names in this one, and some notable contenders too. I'm really hyped for this one. When I saw all 5 of these brackets, this one actually ranked number 2 behind I believe it was episode 2, the episode that Whiplash won that featured robots like Malice, Black Dragon, and let's see, who else? Mad Catter, Bloodsport, Blip, so on. But you get the idea. This is what I'm really hyped for. I think we're in for a real treat for this final one. And these 8 robots, they got a hard path to go through here in order to manage to get the last spot for the Golden Bolt tournament. And I'm expecting in the next episode we're almost certainly going to find out who is going to take home the second Golden Bolt and so on. Yeah. So this will be usual standard type stuff. I share my predictions, explain them a little bit, so on. And I kind of found out after the recent episode that 3 out of 4 episodes, all of them but episode 2, the robot that ended up winning it all, I had losing in the first round of the bracket. So but my point being here, like this is proven to be a really predictable sport because like we've seen robots just coming out of nowhere, taking out some of the favorites to win it all and so on, and like it's been awesome to see. I think we could see something similar here because we have some robots that are either looking for redemption or have kind of risen to be kind of like a shining stars, kind of, or however you want to say it, rising stars, maybe. You kind of get the idea, but it should be great. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like and subscribe as usual, and comment down below your predictions. Always love hearing what you all have to say, and it's always the discussions after the episode are fun too. So I try to get to those as fast as I can, but then of course I am busy and everything. But I try to get to those as much as I can because I love interacting with other BattleBots fans. It's one reason. It's one thing that's like a real treat to me. So anyway, yeah. Before I start predicting though, I kind of do want to discuss the last episode because well, a couple things involving the last episode because I saw there was a lot of negative comments after the last episode. So yeah, the first thing is like there were a few decisions a lot of people thought were controversial, primarily Jackpot and Big Dill, Jackpot and Lucky. Like I definitely see like I talked with this with somebody in the comments section of the last prediction podcast, but those decisions were close. Like definitely I see the arguments for why people think that Lucky or Big Dill should have won those decisions. I totally see the argument at least, but like I don't think we need to get so negative or worked up about it because I think it was a close fight and yeah, if you want to know my opinions, I don't plan to fight with anybody about it, but I do think the judges got those right. But once again, I see the arguments for why it maybe should have gone the other direction, and I totally get all what everyone's saying who thinks that maybe the decision should have gone the other way. The other one being like I've seen a lot of criticism towards John Mladnick based on his driving with Cobalt. And what I got to say about that is like basically, I think it was a great idea that that the Cobalt team had John Mladnick driving during that episode. Because, I believe it was announced in a Reddit AMA, if I remember correctly, that Dave and Sam probably will not be back next season. So I would bet that John Mladnick is probably going to be the driver next season, since I don't think Matt Maxim's going to be back either. Basically, Cobalt is definitely a much different robot to drive compared to Gigabyte, and it takes practice to get used to a lot of that stuff. And like definitely the best place to get a lot of practice with that is like in the battle box in an actual fight right there. So, basically my point is like sure the driving might have been a little shaky, but like John Milan John Mladenick is new to driving like a robot like Cobalt, basically, because Cobalt's not the same robot as like Gigabyte. And I don't think there's any need to really criticize him when he's getting practice. And I expect after a bit more stick time and a bit more practice, we could see John become like a serious pro at driving vertical spinners like Cobalt, since he's probably my best guess for who's gonna be driving Cobalt next season. So yeah. So now that I've kind of addressed that stuff at least and kind of shared some of my opinions on it, like feel free to comment if you really want to, but I don't want to see any toxicity in the comments section regarding this stuff. It's not the point of me addressing that stuff here, and hopefully you all understand. Okay, so let's start talking about these because that's probably what you're actually here for. So Hypershock and Starchild at the top left, right there. This is a good matchup for Starchild, I imagine. Because like Starchild is one of those like really weird designs and hard to fight robots for vertical spinners like Hypershock, I imagine. And Hypershock does have a little bit of experience with this type of design. Well, I don't know, not like full on experience, but like they fought Huge a couple seasons ago, which has some similar designs at least. They got a base with some huge wheels. I don't think Hypershock has the height to be able to strike the base of Starchild, but I don't know if I exactly want to count on that because we did see Overhaul manage to get a clamp on the base of Starchild when they fought them. Assuming that's not the case for Hypershock, Hypershock's strategy is probably going to be try to pick apart the wheels. Because I do think the Tigris that Starchild has is not as strong and not as sturdy as what Huge uses right there. So, and then Starchild's probably going to be try to keep probably try to swallow Hypershock a little bit and try to strike the top of those exposed areas with that spinner right there. That's probably not going to be an easy task because I imagine Will definitely has the driving advantage in this one. So my prediction is going to be Hypershock. I think we're going to see lots of donut-like driving from Hypershock in this one, and I think Hypershock's going to pick apart those wheels, at least bit by bit, even if it's a slow process. I'm predicting this one ends by judge's decision. So all right, let's move on. Right down below, the fight I'm probably the most excited for out of this first round. We get Claw Viper and Shatter. So Claw Viper took me by surprise this season. Like, definitely the extra speed boost that Claw Viper added to their robots definitely made it like a serious force to be reckoned with and made it like an outstanding control bot. I would have loved to see Claw Viper go further in the main competition, but it's still a good start right, for Claw Viper. Like a good, like improved season from Claw Viper. It'll be exciting to see what they do here. They're up against Shatter, and Shatter kind of had an off season because I think they were having issues with the magnets on that robot in order to keep the robot on the ground. I think they were high centering Shatter for some fights and preventing it from moving exactly, causing traction problems, I believe. So, so regarding this one, I am going to pick Shatter on this one. I think Claw Viper definitely has the advantage and is definitely the more likely robot to control the match. But the thing that Claw Viper definitely needs, I think the thing Claw Viper definitely needs to do for this match is avoid that hammer as much as possible. I worry about how well Claw Viper is going to be able to take shots from that hammer right there. That's kind of my big worry for Claw Viper in a fight like this one. I'm not sure how well they could take shots from what I think is the most damaging hammer in this competition. So how I kind of see this fight going down, I think if this fight ends up going to the judges, I think we're probably going to see Claw Viper do it because Claw Viper would definitely win a driving and pushing battle between the two of them. I think they definitely have the better push power and speed is definitely towards Claw Viper on this one. Shatter's probably going to be trying to keep the hammer pointed towards Claw Viper as much as possible and just try to strike as many blows as they can. And I think if Shatter was to win this fight, I think it's probably going to be by the knockout. So, and then it's also worth mentioning that if we do see a judge's decision between two of them, no matter who wins it, we won't be seeing an appeal from the other one because these two teams already used their appeal throughout the season. Not really necessary, but it's a little side note here. So I'm probably gonna go Shatter on this one I'll go by KO. Oh, once again, but I'm really excited for this one because I love both these robots, and I'm excited for what we're gonna get to see in the battle box for this match. All right, so now there's Shatter. Moving on, we'll go to the top right where I have Riperoni and Glitch. So Riperoni, definitely worthwhile robot to have given the best design award to, I think, and that probably the rookie of the year of the bunch, at least. Even though it only had a first round exit, so yeah. So and then Glitch on the other hand, bit of a rough season. Didn't win a single fight, unfortunately. Kind of been having some issues throughout the season, at least. But I think we could see if the drive is working the way Glitch probably wants it to. I think the Glitch could have a serious shot at this one because I imagine if we see some front-on exchanges between those two robots, definitely Glitch would almost certainly Glitch would win a weapon on weapon exchange between the two robots. So I'm not going to underestimate Glitch in this one. However, because of all those inconsistencies they've been having all season, a lot of that is why I'm going Ripperoni on this one. I think if Glitch is struggling with their drive or weapon or whatever it is during this match, definitely Ripperoni could possibly get a free shot at the backside of Glitch. And I'm not sure how well Glitch can take a couple huge shots to the backside, right, at least. And that's why I'm gonna predict Ripperoni by KO on this one. Okay, right down below now for the last one of the first round, Monsoon and Gruff. So this one, Monsoon, welcome back to Monsoon, and they definitely had a I'd say they had a great season. Made the top 16, took out a couple big names in the process, such as like Death Roll, Cobalt, and close outing with Whiplash, nonetheless. So, and then we got Gruff on the other hand, kind of an off season. Their only win of the season over Ripperoni, and then took 3 losses right off the bat there. So yeah, definitely Gruff was in a bit of a hole coming into this. So okay, so regarding this one, my pick is my pick's pretty easy one. I'm going Monsoon for this one. I love Gruff, but if Monsoon starts landing hits, I'm concerned about how well Gruff is going to be able to take lots of those big shots at least, because like definitely Gruff has struggled to be able to take hits from lots of the bigger spinners and stuff. Like, yeah, because like we saw this with Malice. Jeez, who else did we see this with? I don't even remember most of Gruff's schedule. Quantum. I don't remember who the last one is. Witch Doctor. So you kind of get the idea. But so I imagine I think we could see I think we could see Gruff start out the match strong, get a couple good lifts on Monsoon, get some good flamethrower action in. But I think we're eventually going to see Monsoon start landing some devastating shots of the vertical spinner. And I imagine we're going to see Monsoon win this one by KO as well. So, yeah, but should be an exciting fight either way. And I'm looking forward to this matchup to see what kind of show these two robots are able to put up for us. So, let's move on to round two. Okay, round two. So I got Hypershock, Shatter, Riperoni, Monsoon. So keep in mind, as usual, these are just predictions. I have high doubts. I have. I don't think I've even won so far at any of these brackets. Gotten all the first round matchups right. My high score is 3 out of 4 of them. So point point stands right there. So let's start. Hypershock and Shatter right off the bat right there. So this is gonna be basically, I bet we're probably going to see Hypershock use speed to their advantage in a fight like this and try to knock Shatter off balance early and as often as possible. While Shatter's probably going to be trying to avoid the rush from Hypershock in this one and try to land as many strikes as possible with the hammer and try to disable Hypershock that way. So I kind of see a repeat of both of Shatter's fights with Riptide happening here, like minus all the controversy and everything, which I don't feel like, which I'm not going to talk about here. That's not the point. Based on with the overall fight here, I kind of see this one going similar to Riptide and Shatter. I think eventually Hypershock's gonna just knock Shatter off balance and then just start landing like shot after shot until that ends up being the end of Shatter. I imagine we're going to see Shatter land a bunch of shots with that hammer in the process, so hopefully Hypershock will have some extra top armor if they were to fight Shatter in this episode. But yeah, regardless, I think this is going to be Hypershock's fight to win. I think Will Bales is going to win the driving battle in this one. So I have Hypershock going to the final, probably by KO as well. But yeah, not going to underestimate Adam Wrigley though, because Adam Wrigley is a great driver himself and definitely one of the best omni-wheel drivers in the entire sport. Like I'd probably give him number one for that, in all honesty. But and definitely that hammer is not one to be underestimated. So yeah, let's move on. So we got Riperoni and Monsoon, a vertical spinner on vertical spinner battle in this one. And this is one I'd be really excited for, at least, because like Ripperoni and Monsoon are kind of both robots that kind of combine the aspects of like ground game as well as a vertical spinner with a pretty sizable amount of reach in this one. So I'm excited for this one. So I kind of see how I kind of see this one going down. I think whoever gets that first big shot and knocks the other one off balance is probably going to be the one to take this match. And that's kind of a difficult choice because I really think that could go either way between these two robots. So as for my prediction for this one, I'm going to lean towards Monsoon on this one. Like yeah, because I feel like Monsoon is more likely to survive a flurry of shots, at least from the other's vertical spinner over Ripperoni, because I feel Ripperoni kind of has a bunch more exposed areas compared to Monsoon. But like I said, like that could go either way. Like between all of the fights that I've set up to predict in this one, that is the matchup I had the hardest time deciding on this matchup between Ripperoni and Monsoon. Because like this is probably as close as to a 50-50 matchup as what I can come up with, at least in this bracket. Like so yeah, I'm leaning towards Monsoon in this one to win the reach battle, win some of those early head-on exchanges, but like I said, Ripperoni's not one to count out. Ripperoni could absolutely pull this one off. Not a robot to underestimate. Ripperoni is a robot I could absolutely see going on a huge run in this bracket, and I could see Ripperoni being in that final. But my prediction is I'm going to stick with Monsoon for this one. So let's go to the final then. Okay, so for the final, I have Hypershock and Monsoon in this one. This is a rematch from 2019 season where Monsoon didn't just win, or sorry, Hypershock didn't just win that matchup, but they removed the weapon and part of the housing holding the weapon in place from that robot, which is obviously an incredible sight to see. So it'd be exciting to see. It's always exciting seeing rematches from like many seasons ago, just because both robots have evolved so much since they last fought, and like definitely getting to see them fight each other again, if they both were to get to the finals, would be an exciting turn of events. So yeah, with this one, uh, definitely I expect fork some both robots, and probably whoever wins the ground game in the driving war between these two robots and gets those first couple big shots will probably be the one to win this match. So I think Monsoon has the reach advantage in this one, but I think Hypershock has the speed and the driving advantage. But don't underestimate Tom, obviously, because Tom Bruce is a great driver himself. So yeah, if this battle went down, I think the speed of Hypershock is going to propel it over Monsoon. My prediction is going to be Hypershock, probably by a KO. Once again, I don't think it'll be as fast as what we saw in the previous, as what we saw in their last meeting. Like, I don't think it'll be even close to that because I think both robots will absolutely be able to survive a flurry of shots from the other. But yeah, for this one, I think definitely the extra speed will allow Hypershock to do donuts around Monsoon, really pick their shots and pick the areas where they could pick apart Monsoon the easiest while avoiding that deadly vertical spinner on Monsoon. And I think we'll see Hypershock advance to the Golden Bolt with this. So yeah, let's go ahead and review predictions. So yeah, coming out of this thing, I have Hypershock claiming that eighth and final spot in the Golden Bolt tournament with Monsoon as the runner-up, and I also have Shatter and Riperoni advancing past their first round matches. So yeah, I think that'll probably do it for this one. So thanks for tuning in to this prediction podcast. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below your predictions. As usual, always love hearing what you all have to say, regardless if you agree or disagree with me. Because, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is a really unpredictable sport, and we've been really seeing that, like in all four of these episodes, because we've seen some of the underdogs, at least in those brackets make it as make it into the Golden Bolt basically, and even others just kind of make a statement for themselves that like definitely they deserve another chance even if the main competition didn't go so well for them. They might have had a great showing at least in the Golden Bolt section. So yeah, I think we're in for a real treat for this one. So yeah, uh, as usual, there won't be any episode review podcast for each individual episodes. That's for this one. I just don't have the time for it due to college. But yeah, there will be plans. I'm kind of eyeing when I'm home during Thanksgiving break, possibly doing a couple of it, possibly doing a couple podcasts, as one on Battlebots Champions series, and a couple of them on Proving Grounds that we've been hearing a lot about, and for some of us, been seeing fights for. There are quite a few fights that have been uploaded to YouTube already. If you're a Battlebots supporter on Facebook, you've seen almost all the Proving Grounds matchups so far, and hopefully they'll soon get released for the public to see because I think there's some real exciting robots for everyone to get to check out. So yeah, that'll probably do it then. So I'll see you all next time. Bye all.